The Coalition Against Galamsey Ghana (Cagg) has called on the government to intensify efforts to combat illegal mining, warning that gains made so far are insufficient to protect the country's forest. The Coalition Against Galamsey Ghana (Cagg) has called on the government to intensify efforts to combat illegal mining, warning that gains made so far are insufficient to protect the country's forest, water bodies, and mining communities. At a media briefing in Accra to review the Lands and Natural Resources Minister's recent Accountability Series presentation, the coalition acknowledged the progress made in the forestry and mining sectors, but said more decisive action is needed to address the growing environmental crisis.
And that's why we're saying that yes, it's good today. There's going to be a judgment on the case of Wuntumi, but that is not enough. The government itself has said that, look, people within my government are involved in Galamsey. Somewhere last year, 2 people were also allegedly being investigated for engaging in Galamsey. As we speak, there's no information on that. So I think all of these measures need to reinforce each other and support one another to make sure that people know that the government is truly committed to the fight. Until we do that, together with other measures like repeal and revisions of the Act 1703 and all others, we are not going to win the fight. So, I mean, it's the question of when are we going to see these minutes. We've been talking about this for as long as I can remember. Somewhere 2012 it came out, and it's been a national crisis since 2016. So this is not the first time. It means that our leadership are not doing what they need to do to see that we bring this to an end. So I think we all have a charge to keep.
We need to investigate all other campaigns and financiers who are perceived, who have been mentioned, including those in this current government or in the ruling party, to serve as a yard or a yardstick for others to know that it is a comprehensive enforcement. Without that, it becomes very difficult for those of us observing to believe that we are fully enforcing the law without being selective. So it's very, very important. You see, one of the reasons why it's very important is that for Galamsey to go on, there is need for flow of money to ensure that bribes are paid, to get excavators to go to the field, to fuel the excavators, to pay the boys daily. When those finance begin to flow, continue to flow, it is very difficult to stop.
Cagg commended the government for revoking Executive Instrument 144 as amended by EI 234, a move that restores full protection to the Achimota Forest Reserve. However, the coalition expressed concern that several forest reserves, including Atewa, Cape 3 Points, and Draw River, remain under pressure for illegal mining and other threats. On illegal mining, Cagg rejected suggestions that impunity has ended, citing ongoing activities in parts of the Eastern Ashanti and Savannah regions. It raised concerns over continued environmental destruction around major water bodies, wetlands, and protected areas.
The mining activities in the Shrine wetlands is another example of impunity that is happening in the clear sight of all, including the DCU of Bekwai. If Erastus Asari, a journalist, could unearth this illegality hiding next to the main Bekwai-Esiwa road, then the DC is either complicit or incompetent. It should be brought to book by His Excellency the President, who made illegal mining as a KPI for all DCs and MCs. This illegal miner who claims to be working under the ARSCOMDEF, though the head of ARSCOMDEF has refuted his claims, is perpetuating what happened under the community mining scheme of the past MPP government. If he is not arrested and prosecuted, the impunity that characterized community mining scheme has only just begun, and ARCON therefore suffer the same fate as that community mining scheme. There's much to learn from what Ashanti Regional Minister is doing in some MMDAs. We demand that all MMDAs where mining is prevalent should man dedicated barriers to stop movement of on-track excavators from undertaking any assignment anywhere.
The government planned to amend the Mineral and Mining Act but urged authorities to ensure stronger safeguards for forest, water bodies, and mining communities. It also called for broader stakeholder engagement before any revised legislation is passed. Cagg says protecting Ghana's natural resources will require sustained enforcement, stronger institutions, and bold policy reforms to address illegal mining and environmental destruction.